No, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, but not to a black hole. But after the game last night, and like I told the guys today, I really felt after that game that, and I think I said this last night, that they were pretty happy with the first two wins and forgot about the last game, and just felt more satisfied than anything to go home with 2-1. And I'm greedy. You win two, and you got one more on the road trip. Why not try to go for the third one? So, wasn't real happy about that this morning, obviously. But, again, sometimes I do feel like I'm talking to myself when it comes to talking about the defensive end of the floor and just trying to, stress how important it is to our guys each and every night. Because there's nights, obviously, in Atlanta and Houston where we do it, the things that we talk about, and then there's other nights like Dallas where we just don't.
How does that sit with you? As far
Not well. You know me. It doesn't sit with me well at all. And I wouldn't say I took it out on them tonight, this morning, but I let them know. It doesn't sit with me. I mean, the one thing we were looking for on that end of the floor is consistency. We talked about the effort. The effort's gotten better, but the consistency of just doing it every single night the way we want it done is what I'm looking for.
How much is there like a balance between just repeating that message or finding different ways to do it? What's been your approach with that so far?
Well, like I told you guys earlier, it's not nothing that's going to happen overnight. It takes months, sometimes years. But the thing for me is, and my staff, is to stick to the things that we know are right. For this team to give us the best chance to win games, and we just got to do it on a more consistent basis. And we've shown when we've done it that we could have some pretty good success. We can be a pretty good team as far as being able to, sustain it and compete, and that's what we want to do. We want to give ourselves at the end of games a chance to win games.
How'd Wayne look in practice today?
He looked good. He looked good. I mean, you don't see a lot of ill effects from the 10-day layoff. I think getting in the game last night helped, obviously, and then coming in here today for an hour, a little over an hour, get some game light and some competition. I think that helped him as well.
Do you feel like, barring emergency situations like yesterday, do you feel like he needs more practices before playing the game?
Not really. No, I think he's good to go. It's just my decision now, how the rotation to go tomorrow.
With Kobe, he mentioned last night he felt like his legs were a little heavy. Did he have to do anything less today?
No, matter of fact, I told him don't come today. Yeah. So he didn't do anything. Hopefully he's at home, with the girls, just relaxing. He's such a workaholic that sometimes, and I think this might have happened to him in Dallas, he went to the gym that afternoon, late afternoon, and got up, made 300 shots. And sometimes that can hurt you more than help you, And I think probably what it did is just kind of worn him out for the game, So last night on the plane when I told everybody to be in here at noon, I told him to stay home, I'll see you Sunday.
Gotcha, and not have him do those 300
shots. To see if he can just stay home. He's probably playing with the dogs and the girls, having a good time, but at least it's not the up and down running and constant jumping, and, he saves his legs for tomorrow, hopefully.
Jordan Hill seems to be the one consistency in your offense. People are missing shots. Talk about it.
He's been good. He's been good. He's been able to knock down that mid-range shot, which he worked on all summer long. He's still been good in the post. He's still getting his numbers pretty much, as far as the rebounding is concerned. So offensively, I think he's doing a hell of a job. Defensively, he still has the inconsistency that we're talking about, and he's one of our main culprits. Him and Booz, our two big guys, or our two main culprits on that end of the floor, and they both know they have to get better. We show it to them on the tape and on film, so it's no secret. I'm not trying to hide it, and they shouldn't be shying away from it. They got to get better at it.
When you have someone that's not good at getting defensive rebounds, is that something you encourage him to keep doing, and then maybe tell the other guys to get back?
He's the one guy that we encourage to keep going to the glass. Everybody else, if you're a free throw line or above, get back. So we're not giving him transition buckets. But he's the one guy that I've told if he's anywhere below the free throw line, crash the glass.
How does this experience so far compare to some of your other rebuilding experiences with other teams? What would you say similarities, differences?
A lot of similarities because it's almost like you're starting over. You're putting a whole different philosophy in, on both ends of the floor. So it takes time for that to get, for that message to kind of be received at times, and it takes some guys longer than others. So anytime you sort of speak starting over, it takes a little while. So none of them have been any different than the other. Just one was real fast results, the other one took a few years, and one never turned out the way that I thought it would turn out. So you just got to take it as it is.
With Kobe, someone like Kobe being here, and obviously the Lakers being who they are, how does that change just the expectations of that process for you?
Well, obviously the expectations here are much higher than it is, anywhere else I've been. But I think everybody also understands that, it's going to take us a few years. So are they patient? Are the fans patient? I don't know. Am I patient? Not really. I expect it to be a lot quicker than everybody else. But I think myself, Kobe, we expect. That we're going to be better than what people think we're going to be. And, we expect, if they say 3 years, we say, nah, probably a year. Maybe next year we'll be, right where we feel we should be. But, I'm not the most patient guy in the world, but I do understand the circumstances as well, too.
So how do you, kind of keep yourself
that's hard.
Monitoring?
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Sometimes I got to tell myself when I do get home to relax. It is a process. It's going to take time. I almost sometimes at home, 2, 3 in the morning, got to convince myself that it's, going to take a little time. And that's tough. When you're used to, excellence and you're used to winning, sometimes that's hard to swallow. But like I said, I also look at the positive that, we all know it's a process and it's going to take some time. And you just go, kind of roll with the punches.
Even with the record being what it is, what would you say the positives are?
I still think we're getting better. I think last night was one of those games that was, like I said, you got a bunch of young guys that came in and just was happy to be, 2-0 or 2-1 going home. Yeah. And, that's something that we got to learn from. But the positive has been that that when we've done the things that we've talked about defensively, we've done a pretty good job. And offensively, we're shooting the ball pretty well. We run the offense pretty well. But again, like I said before, that's the least of my worries.